Okay guys, this is trial one. I've been advised by 3 or 4 people how to bleach your pig skull or deer skull. I was told to use 40 powered peroxide, and a couple people told me to buy some things to add to it, and I just got too antsy and I didn't really want to wait. Some people said that just the 40 peroxide would work. So I'm just going to make a little video. I have my blow dryer here. I was just making sure all the teeth and everything were dry. I cleaned it earlier today and it looks pretty dry to me, but just in case. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint it up a little and then see how it works. I don't know if I'm doing this right, if there are going to be lots of people laughing at me. There may be, but I would appreciate all the comments and recommendations for the next one, because I've got a deer skull that I'm going to do next, probably going to be ready in about 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd like to do that right. I could have done this right. I got a lot of good advice. DNA told me to order this stuff online, and I'm too antsy for everything. So when I heard you can just try it with this and it would probably work, I thought, well, I'll just give it a go. If it worked, great. If it doesn't, DNA, you were right. Okay guys, so you live and you learn. Great, I just got it on my shirt. You learn that it ruins your clothes, but you also learn that it takes a lot longer to bleach bones than it does to bleach hair. I just went back and did some research, just Google research, and a lot of people do use the 40 volume peroxide stuff that you can buy at the salons, but it turns out that that does not mean that it's 40% peroxide. It means it's 12%. It's got all kinds of other crap to lighten up the hair and stuff. So I'm gonna leave this overnight. I might even put it in a little bucket or something. I did wipe it off. You can wipe it off a little and pretty much see that in 45 minutes it hasn't done much to the bones. Okay guys, the peroxide, the developing type of peroxide has been on the skull for about 3 hours now, and I rinsed off the lower jaw just to see if it was doing anything, and it did clean the teeth a little, but I would call it more of a cleaning solution. Instead of wasting my time with this, I think I'm gonna just try something else, something stronger. I don't want to make the bones brittle, but I also don't want to mess with a bunch of crap that's not going to work. Okay guys, the last video I made, I sound kind of depressed, and I was and I am, but only because I didn't know what to expect from the peroxide. I cleaned off the first round of peroxide off the heads, and it looks to have lightened it a little. You can't really tell on camera, I don't think, but not as much as I expected it to. I think that's because the developer doesn't, stay active for that long. What I'll do is I'll put another coat on. I did some research this morning, and one guy just said he had to do about 3 or 4 coats. So I'll probably leave it on for a couple hours, then rinse it and do it again, rinse it, do it again, and then hopefully we'll have a lighter skull. If not, then I really will take the time to buy something useful. Okay guys, this is take 4. I tried lightening my pig skull with the 40 volume peroxide. It did lighten up the bone on the front, and it did lighten up some of the teeth, but I think the problem that I ran into is that most people boil their heads, and when they boil them and they pull them out of the boiler, I noticed on some of the videos that some of the heads are already a lot lighter than mine. And I think that that might be why the peroxide is having such a hard time lightening mine, because mine was super dark. If you remember right, I left mine in the mud for a couple months and let all the bugs eat it out. It worked, but it was really dark, and I don't think the 40 volume peroxide is going to work. So I'm going to switch over. Everybody says not to do it, not to use bleach, and I know that, but I think because I didn't boil my bone, I don't think the bone is as soft as everybody else's. It seems really, really hard. So I'm just going to test the lower jaw. I'm going to put it in my plastic ice chest with some bleach, and I'm going to go to school and come back and see what it does. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to have to buy that 35% solution peroxide, that real strong stuff, to lighten it up. I certainly don't want to paint it. I want it to look natural, and I'd rather put it up on the wall like that than painted white. I don't want it to look like I went to Walmart and bought it. Okay, so this is take 5, and 5th time's the charm. I will show you. I don't know why I sit down. I'll show you. I have been soaking this skull in bleach for about 5 hours, and I did this because the peroxide did not work, and the reason that I figured out the peroxide did not work is because I had not ever boiled this, so the skull was still extremely stained, and the peroxide just wasn't harsh enough, I think, to do it, unless I did maybe 20 coats, and I'm super anxious and impatient. I'm pretty pleased with the way things look right now. I might put them back in just for a little bit longer, but all this was maybe a cup of bleach and about 3 gallons of hot water. I put it in an old ice chest. I use this for packing in fish and stuff. The plastic worked fine. I'm really impressed. The tusks, the inside here, the whole skull really lightened up with the bleach.